day, truth and lies, hot and cold, good and evil, man and woman. I live in a binary world, a realm of some sort, where the ones that are doing this to us are trying to escape. When they know there's no way out, it's a soul trap. Your soul's a trap, dear. The only way out is with your soul. And because you've done so much wrong in your life and you're not sorry for it, your soul's trapped. It's not staying on earth. It's going down, down, deeper and down, down, down. They love to tell you in the songs. They do. There's a highway to hell. There's a highway to hell, but yet there's a stairway to heaven. Because one of those places is expecting way more traffic. Men have rectangle-shaped eyes far apart. Women have close-set, rounded eyes. Men have bigger noses, bigger teeth, wider dental arches to match the far-apart eyes, narrow dental arch to match the close-set eyes. The square jaw, the sloping jaw, pointed chin. A woman's head in general looks like an upside-down egg because she's widest in the hairline. A man's looks like a block, a square, and sometimes we say cannonball because it's almost as wide as it is long. Almost. A woman is nowhere near as wide as it is long. Learn these differences. Excess of copyright material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching and research without the need for permission or payment to the copyright holder. Someone asked for royals. We'll go to royals for the opening bid. Let's start with the most obvious. It'll be Charles and Diana from my era. So let's start with Charles and Diana, as I like to call her, Charlene and David. Charles and Diana. We could do Camilla as well, Horseface, because he's now the king. Camilla. I'd just like to point out that humongous neck. Look at the width of this neck, and then that one. As we already spoke about, women have long, narrow faces. Men have wide faces. To fit in those wide faces, you have to put wide eyes. To fit in these narrow, egg-shaped faces, you put close-set eyes, look. Your opening picture with a skull check determines 95% sure. Well, I'm 100 because I've already done the investigation. But for all you newbies, you're 95% sure, minimum, 95% sure that this is a woman and this is a man based on the necks and the distance in their eyes. The cheekbones wider on a man, no cheekbones on a woman. High set ears. She got big ears, hasn't she? Charles has got big ears. But if Charles put earrings in, look, they'd line up with a nose, wouldn't they? See it? High set ears. When Diana puts earrings in, they line up with the lips, look, because a man has low set ears. Opening bids on Charles and Diana, obviously flipped. The terminology drag queen comes from royalty. Okay, the drag queen is a man in disguise. What they didn't tell you about are the drag kings. There's a couple of movies based on this where a woman becomes a man. Only a few. But there are loads where men are women. This one, they mock a lot more than this one because these ones rule the world. They rule the monarchy. They rule the politics. They rule the church. It's all women based. If you've ever seen the two Ronnies, the worm that turned limited. No, the worm that turned. There's a video. Is that a shop that sells worms? Sweet baby Jesus. I've heard of worm farms though. There's what I'm looking for. This, where women have taken over the world. It was in a comedy show called The Two Ronnies on English. I grew up watching this. And as you can see, look, Diana Dawes, this huge brute of a man with big boobies. The fallen Madonna with the big boobies. And the little woman, look. Ronnie Corbett. Right there. Ronnie Barker was a little bit taller, I gotta admit, for a woman. Still, you have this very strange looking face, look, with the big five head. All the features are squashed, and the turned up jawline, like a witch or something. Well, that's what she is. Witches and warlocks pretending to be each other. So in this it was like a mini TV show inside a comedy series. It was on every week, and they give you like 5 minutes of this. The whole thing would have been, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes long. I don't know how many episodes there was, but maybe 12. So about half an hour long. But the idea is that women took over the world and men are wearing dresses. If that is not the truth in plain sight, I do not know what is. But this is them mocking you. Because there's no way you'd believe that all the first ladies are men in disguise. But these are actually women playing men, playing women. That's what we like to call a double flip-flop. The ultimate confusion. It's all that Satan wants on earth, that you all be confused. When the end days get here, Satan's going to be let out and there's going to be lies everywhere. And so many just and good people are going to fall for the lies. Tesla said anyone showing technology to a new technology, people that don't understand it, would consider it as a miracle or magical when they see that technology. For example, a flying car. Woo, it's a miracle. But in reality, we've all been hoodwinked, and women rule the world dressed as men, and men sit in the background dressed as women. Apart from in this TV show, it's the roles are. It's still the truth, but reversed. Women are still ruling the world, but they look like this, like Trudeau, like any of the presidents from around the world. The worm that turned. And a worm is another word for Satan. So I've just found out recently. Worm, it means Satan. Parasite. A parasite. A worm. Right. Let's go back to the topic we was on, which is royalty. More parasites. They lived like kings and queens, whilst their own nation perished. My people perish through lack of knowledge, is what God says. And because there's no knowledge of this agenda, where women have wide faces and men have closer eyes, because there's no knowledge of this, that each country perishes under these people. They rule politics. They're the ones that give out the bread. They're the ones that lay the roads. And most importantly, they're the ones that produce the education that teaches you everything you know. If you haven't realised after the first big lie that you can't trust anything they say, then this proves it to you. Because anybody who lies about their core identity, i.e. a woman being a man or a man being a woman, how can I trust anything that they say? Look at the clavicles on that bad boy right there. He was a big fella, Diana. You put him in high heels, he was like 6'9". He was ridiculous. Right. Let's go to faces. That's not a good face. We don't want the wedding. We're just going to go faces. And we'll just bring up those eyes. As soon as we get a close-up, you'll know. Never trust a man whose eyes are too close together. Look, small ears, high set, large ears, low set, pointed back. I want a nice picture, something that shows both of your faces. That's still good, right? The wide face is here, look, with the cheekbones, and the long, narrow face with the close set eyes and high set ears is there. This is a tall girl, and well, they're actually on steps there. Diana was a beast. She stood at least as tall as him. Hair. As possible. Who is that doing that? Look at the state of Lady Diana, trying to act like a woman's walk. Look, when a woman's foot twists outward. The King of England, the now Queen of England, and the so-called dead princess. If you think these people die, you must be kidding me. First of all, they're all in it together. Look, they're all quite happy. They make up these lies. And then they prey on people's energy because the media made you hate Charles and love Diana. So they wiped Diana out in a car in France. And then the whole nation mourned. The whole world mourned. For a lie. For a bloke. For a liar. For a deceiver. Apparently he was the landmine... what do you call it? Effigy. He was the head of the landmine committee around the world, stopping landmines. Your whole family, because you are one big family that rule over the world, make those landmines. You make the bombs, the bullets, the guns, and you get normal people to fight each other over fake stories, like a car in a tunnel in France. Everything they've ever told me is a lie. Diana has got really offset eyes. Look at that. One eye's higher. It's the exact 322 skulls. A reverse of Meghan. Oh no, Shannon Doherty and whoever it was we looked at the other day. One of Trini's requests had the same eyes, but in the other order. The big one and high was up rather than the big one was lower. You can see the mismatched eyes. This eye looks swollen, doesn't it, compared to that one? And it's in the sniper division. It's off looking for ice creams, look, or checking for snipers in the balconies. Touted as the most beautiful woman in the world. A bloke in disguise. This is the brainwashing. And everyone believes it. There are so many soppy English twats that think that Diana was a real hero to the nation. And these people do not help the nations. They make these fake videos. Look at... Did anyone ever watch this? It got 50 odd million viewers and all that. It's just nonsense. A bloke sat there tearing up. Yes, the Queen didn't like me. Here's your problem, right? If you're lying about your core identity, I don't believe anything about your story. And that's the end of it. It really is. And this goes across all boards for me. I see it as black and white, the way the Masons do, right? Checkerboard. It's either truth or it's lies. And when I smell lies, because now I can't be a liar, the liars, well, the women, they've got wide rectangle-shaped eyes, look, with massive mouths and teeth, low-set ears, diamonds lining up almost with a teeth, look, square jaw, and big, long necks. And they love their strings of pearls, because pearls are hermaphrodites, right? No, oysters are hermaphrodites. That's why it's an aphrodisiac to eat them. I've never touched one in my life, never want to. They wear these ridiculous hats to hide how big their heads are. Look at the squareness of them shoulders. Right, I've spent enough time on these two. Let's go straight to walking and put them both in the crapper. And we're done straight away. First picture. Diana, look at the side. Hello, wildlife and fisheries. Look at the straight legs. Look at the size of them feet. Space between the feet. Not here, though, look. In line. Full on Q line of a woman, look, with a foot twisted. Full on straight leg of a man. Look at the size of that calf muscle. When I saw Princess Diana in a bikini, when it was pointed out I was looking at a man, I literally started to see the man. Without any notice of any markers. Someone just pointed out I'm looking at a man, and I could see I was looking at a man in a bikini. I'll show you in a second. Right here. Here's the difference, look. The Q angle of a woman, look, where it comes in and then goes down. It creates a diamond, a broken leg. But with a man, the knees stay together and the foot punches forward, look. Much broader shoulders on the mumma, the papa. Bigger hips on the Prince William there. Where's there? No. Yeah, that's a nice one. Straight legs, space between the feet, look. Not straight legs. Don't tell me it's called a kilt. Bless me. Don't tell me it's called a kilt. You can call that whatever you want. You're trying to brainwash me. That's a dress. That's a dress. The biggest cross-dressing capital in the world is in Scotland. Nearly every man wears that dress. Peter, when's the last time you wore a dress?
Never!
Thanks, Marv. Peter, when's the last time you wore a kilt?
Never!
Get off.
Never!
Stop it, Marv. Right, okay. The answer's never. I ain't never wore a kilt. Because it's a dress. You won't see me caught dead in them. Albert Pike, who is the father of Freemasonry, who's a big old bearded granny as well. See, it goes right back. Albert Pike. Albert Pike said, when they need a hero, we'll give them a hero. Meaning, they'll control even who our heroes are, who we worship. This is the bearded granny who invented apron wearing. I mean, who wears aprons? Women! Men don't wear aprons. Shut up. This is a bearded woman. This is an old granny who's had I don't even think she had her boobs removed. I think she kept them, this one. I think she just strapped them down. She's a big girl. Albert Pike, the grandfather, or should we say grandmother of Freemasonry. We're not lesbians. We're just pipe-smoking women in comfortable shoes. Never trust a man whose eyes are too close together. Arched eyebrows. Get them out of here. I've been looking at these people for 6 years now, and it still makes me laugh. I ain't seen this picture before with her smoking the pipe. I just like to point out the narrow sloping shoulders, but yet the large pear-shaped mofo chicken nom-nom hips and legs right there. Of course, not a meatball in sight. Tell me, where's your meatball knuckles? If this is a granddad, he should have the bigger. I mean, I'm not a granddad yet, but my knuckles are starting to turn into meatballs, proper meatballs. I don't know why. Maybe it's the testosterone, I guess. But I've never had big, massive meatball knuckles like they are now. It's a woman with small hand. A small-handed woman, sloping shoulders, close-set eyes. Albert Pike is the grandmother of Freemasonry. If this doesn't tell you what Freemasonry is about, I don't know what will. And I know there's people say, oh, me father or someone's in the Freemasons. They let them get to about level 3, normal people, and then they have to swear themselves in and do this to the families or whatever it is. Whatever the secret is. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. Well, I really don't care. All I know is that to be these people, you have to wear dresses. Get the fuck! Look at the size of them feet! That's a woman! It's a woman all day long till the cows come home. Till the cows come home, that's a woman. Based on the boots alone. If someone had just showed me the bottom of that picture, I'd have gone, woman! Remember, this is the father of Freemason, grandmother, whatever, the mother of Freemasonry. I'd just like to point out how nice and chunky those legs look. I can only see a portion of them, but they look lovely. Those calves look absolutely lovely, Alberta. They've got to be size 4 feet. Let's start there. Size 4 feet. The lovely legs of a woman. The scare and pear-shapedness of a woman. The short arms, of course, nowhere near the knees. He's holding a cane. He's holding it. He's holding nothing because right there's a mangina. There's a one-slice toaster between those legs. I'll tell you now, there's no meat and veg, just a one-slice toaster. Close-set eyes, and of course the sloping shoulders of a woman. Is in a dress. What do you want me to say? The woman is wearing a dress. I would also like to point out Bruce Lee's School of High-Waisted Belts. When's the last time you wore your belt underneath your nipples, Peter? Where's that gone? I ain't never wore my belt up underneath my nipples. This is a grandma till the cows come home. I'm taking that picture because it's shockingly truthful. Albert Pike is a nanny, you know what I mean? A shim, that's what we call them. We call them shims. It's a she and a him, a shim. Of course, we get the lady boys, which everyone knows is a girl with a willy, but no one mentions the shims, the she-hims. It's very rare that they mention the she-hims, and this is the grandmother of all she-hims, Alberta Pike. I rest. I don't even need a gate. That picture alone condemns this bitch to the gates of hell. And I'd just like to point out, this is as above, so below. It's got so many representations of the sun over the flat earth. It's got so, but it also represents as above, so below. The Lord's Prayer in reversal. So all you Scotsmen that want to kill me, come consider who invented the kilt for you. And I've just told you it's a woman. And whether you believe me or not, I couldn't give a rat's ass. This is an old woman with close set eyes, arched eyebrows. I can't see the face. I know it's an egg shape. Just this Joey pouch here tells me everything I need to know. He's not apple shaped, he's pear shaped. And that picture in the dress says everything you need to know about the Masons. Just remember, the Masons run the royals. This is all Freemasonry, right? Royalty, it's all their idea. I don't think we ever had kings and queens. I think it's a load of bollocks. Jesus told us that we're all kings and queens because we're created in the image of God. Stairfile. Right there. There's your buckled leg, look. Your broken leg, your zigzag, your flamingo foot, separation of the knees. This one, straight legs, knees together. Again, meatball knuckles right there. Look at them. See them? You can see all 4 knuckles. And Charles, nothing. This has got to be one of the best pictures. Is this Italy? No. There's a picture like this where he's walking in Italy, and there were 2 bodyguards stood next to him. And because he's got high heels on, he's mountainous. He's massive. He really was a big fella, Prince David, whatever you call him. Not David Furnish. Don't even get me started on the Diana is David nonsense. The skeletons prove everything I need. There are 2 skeletons in the world. And the minute someone starts telling you these 2 are different than this, they're lying. Because I can take these 2 skulls, with my skills, I can take these 2 skulls to any nation of people and match them. And it doesn't matter whether they're African or Chinese or Japanese or Belgian or German. It does not matter. Because God made it real simple. He gave males bigger faces in each nation. And each nation I go to, this is what I see. Anything else, you're muddying the waters. I will know thee by thy fruits. No, wrong picture. Back to the King of England. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet. Lot. The stairfile's enough. I just wanted a couple more Charles. Let me just go to Charles walking. Charles King walking. There we go. Charles King walking. There we go. There you go. There is the Queen of England, Charlene, full mince. And there's the Princess of England, Wilma, I like to call her. Also doing the full mince. Both of them walk with the knees opening outwards, look, and then swinging back in, creating the full mince. And you'll see it in every single picture once you become aware of the straight-legged man, knees together, space between his feet, versus the cross-legged woman with the big pear-shaped dips, the closer eyes versus the far apart eyes. This goes for the bodyguards, the driver, the chauffeur, the chef. They're all in on it. And there you go. One more look. State of these. And there. Are you happy now? Men don't walk like this. Okay? They do not walk like this. This is God's design for a woman. He gave them beautiful curves and a strut. And it is a strut, ladies. You strut, ladies. You really do. You strut your stuff on chicken nom-noms with short arms akimbo. And that's exactly what I'm seeing. Granted, Wilma is an absolutely huge Amazonian bitch. But then so is Baron Trump. Baron Trump's 6'9". Wilma, I think, is 6'5", right? Human growth hormones. For you newbies, how do they grow a woman to Amazon proportions? Human growth hormones. HGH. Human growth hormones. There you go. And you can shop and buy them. Got it? And that's how you make really tall women. And you do the reverse. You use blockers on a man to keep him small, woman-shaped. And that's what they did with Camilla, look. Kept him shorter. But look at the size of his feet. And the strut. It's not a strut, is it? It should be a mince like Charles is giving me. And if you still don't believe me, just go to mine. Bink. Home. Where are you? I can't understand it when. Oh, there it is. When I'm this big, I usually have it smaller. Right. There was a pan like this still. I do. It used to be silver. Let me have a look. Search. Soldiers. Look at those straight legs. That man, is that one of mine? It is one of mine. State of these, look, straight legs. Look at the mints. There it is, look. There's your mints, your flamingo. There's your straight-legged man, needs to have a space between his feet. There's your diamond, look. There's your straight legs. They don't at all the same, do they? And it's that I'm teaching you to look for. The skulls can be altered so much. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Queen's Guard. Oh, missed the 8. Queen's Guard. Got to spell it right or it won't find a picture. I still don't spell it right. I don't know. It didn't come up wrong. What is that? She looked like she had a kabuki face on. No. Right. We go back. Home. Home. There we go. Tweet. And I should have it in the back file under soldiers, hopefully. Soldiers. I'm sure I just put soldier in. Maybe Queen might have been better. Search already. Right, we'll carry on whilst that search is. We'll carry on with this full mincing there again. We mentioned Trudeau, and there she is in full mince. All the king's horses and all the king's men. Do you get it yet? It's all of them. There are no... There's what I'm looking for. There are no exceptions. And this picture here, Shawnee, big shout out to Shawnee, one of my students from the other side of the world, for finding that picture. Now, for all of you at home that are new to this, spot the difference. Tell me what's wrong with the way these soldiers walk. The Queen's, well, it's actually the King's Guard. Guard. I did spell it wrong. Why is that wrong? Oh, it's due. Of course it is. Quen's. Why is that wrong? Oh, there it is. Quen's. The Queen's Guard. Oh. Kings. All the king's horses and all the king's men. Do you get it yet? The whole lot of this whole brigade of women lot pretending to be male soldiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all doing it every angle. Look, there's not one real man there because it's all of them. It has to be. There is no other way. There you go. I'll bring that. Could you see that at home? There it is in full. There you go. Look, woman, 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 woman. Just by the way they walk, you will know them by their gaits. Forensics is the most powerful tool that God gave us. His own creation, discovering our own uniqueness, our own specialness. And that's what they took away. That's why the world is so hateful to each other. That's why we see these videos of people beating each other up in the middle of a dining room, and on a train subway station, inside the train, in the Uber car. Everywhere we look, everyone's fighting everyone instead of seeing who the real enemy is towards us, who causes life to make you feel that way. Because you're lost. If your spiritual compass was pointing straight at God like mine is, you wouldn't want to go out your way to hurt anybody. I blame it on films and games and everything else. Right, we're done. Trudeau's a woman. Charles is a woman. The other one's a man. Diana. We want Diana walking quickly. We brushed on William. We'll lit him next. There, walking through the landmines like a man. Straight, long legs. Massive feet, look. It's a man. Straight legs, needs to have a space between his big feet. It was not this one in the bikini that convinced me it was a man. It was the Dodi Al-Fayed one. He won the Mother's Day race, didn't he? But I gotta admit, the rest of them could have all been men as well. That gate looks pretty straight to me. That does look like knees together. But they might have let him run against a load of real women. I doubt it, because their children go to these schools, and all these people who can afford to send their kids to these £100,000 a year Oxford, Cambridge schools are all flip-flops. They're all the Bill Gates' kids and the Alan Sugar's kids and all the big executives that keep this world in bondage, in chains, in monetary debt forever and ever. That's what they say. And until we all wake up, oh my gosh, until we all wake up and snap out of it and realise the kingdom of God lies within you. And we should all pay it forwards. Work for nothing. Pay it forwards. Work for nothing. No trading, no bartering. None of that nonsense. Because again, you're gambling. We just all work for free. And guess what? In the future, your grandchildren, they'll never be homeless. They'll never be hungry. They'll never not have a car. They'll never not have seen the world. They'll never not have just stayed right where they were born and never been out of it, never had an holiday. God made it free, and the devil took it over and satanized everything. It bores me, it really does. Right, these are all Satanists, end of the day. Men pretending to be women, girls pretending to be boys. This is William and Harry with Daddy on the beach. It was Princess Diana. You've seen the gates, right? You don't need any more. Bikini. This is what really, really triggered me. And then I saw Bruce Lee's nips. This. It was sent to me by Sandy. Okay, the news, Sandy, my little ginger girlfriend. We're looking at a man in a bikini, and I could see it was a man. I don't know. And I didn't have any markers. I didn't know about knobbly knees, the demon faces, where the belly button should be. I didn't know about the low set droopy tits, the huge thick clavicles, the long male arms, the big male hands. I didn't know any of it. I think it was the diamond at this position that I could see. I was just thinking, that don't look like a woman. The bra strap is never going to fall off that shoulder, is it? It's never going to fall off that shoulder. When I look at a real woman, it's like a Toblerone. It literally is. You have such sloping shoulders, and the bone here does not stick upwards and outwards and jam a bra strap in place. But it was that picture there that was the picture that triggered all of this. And then I saw this Bruce Lee meme, and at the point I was reading the markers saying close set eyes, small mouth, I was like, oh my gosh, Bruce Lee's a woman. But this is what they've done. They've put men in bikinis, called them princesses, and the whole world has bought it. Right, there, we're done. William and Kate. Okay. I need a new keyboard, I really do. William and Kate. Obviously, one of these has got a 5 head that I could show a movie on. Right there. I've had to say this a few times now.
Now, I've had to say this a few times now, but this is the final time that I will say this. Shut up about my head. It is normal. It is a nice head. It does not look like a sodding tic-tac.
Oh, but it does. And it's a dead giveaway for these FTMs. Callum would have passed before I knew anything. Callum would have passed because she's like 6'7". And I've never met 6'7" women, so there's no way I'd have thought it was a woman. And that's what they've done here. They've grown this really tall woman. This is average size bloke, right? About my size. 5'10". Apparently they are school love sweethearts and all the rest of it. It's all nonsense. These people are chosen. Who's got close set eyes and who's got far apart eyes? Who's got a male brow bone? Whose head slopes backwards? Whose head goes up vertically, has two dimples at the top and then curves over and crowns? When they smile, it's so obvious as well. All three of them together, look. Close set eyes, long face, five head, deep set, wide, rectangular eyes, big smile, huge wide cheekbones, square jaw, strong male neck and shoulders. And again, same problem. William minces, Kate marches. I mean, who wears the trousers in this relationship? But they do like the big meringue ball gowns that they get married in. Look at all the little page boys dressed in dresses, look. The kilts, boys, they're just kilts. Boys, fellas, lads, it's your Uncle William's getting married, and you've got to wear these kilts. They're all in one white kilts, just for the wedding, boys. No one will know. It's quite acceptable for boys to wear big white kilts on the wedding day. Ladies, you've got to wear a pair of trousers and dress like toy soldiers. It's all so backwards. It's funny. It is. I'm not laughing at the children. I'm just laughing at the whole sham, the whole scam that I'm exposed to. I can instantly tell just by looking at the faces. This one's got a bigger face. Draw a triangle. One of them's got this dainty little Joker smile look with hamster cheeks. And the other one's got a big square jaw with high set cheeks. Ain't it something when you start to notice? This is a man wearing a pillow up his stomach. Don't get me started on pregnant princesses twerking in the hospital room. Tell me, which one of them's got a bigger smile? You can send your answers on a postcard to 0800 Dippy 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 Dip. It's self-explanatory, just like God is to me. I don't need a book to know God exists. I don't need a pope, a pastor, a preacher. I don't need nothing. And I certainly don't need the Holy Bible to know that God's real. It's self-explanatory, just by the world I'm living in. What I need that book for is guidance. And there's a lot of it in there. Huge chunks and swathes of truth. That God did create this world. He did create all the animals in it. He's an amazing God just for the life and the food and the smells and the scents and the herbs and the spices and everything else. He's amazing. But then he filled it full of life, and each one's different, and he created organs for each to live in 3 different elements: air, sea and land. You want to tell me God's not amazing? Self-evident. And these people don't want me to believe in God. They certainly don't want you to believe in God. Because the minute your moral compass points towards the Almighty High, it changes the ball game. He gives you a spine, a voice. He fills you full of courage. And no matter what people say about me. And just the other day, like I said, I was sat in a room with 4 people that were all waking up at different intervals. When I started talking about flip-flops, 2 of the people were just gobsmacked. They've not even got near this topic yet, just like I didn't. For 6 years, I was kept away from this topic. I wish I'd known this topic from the beginning. It would have made Flat Earth such a plain sailing journey. I'd have had my fingers up to all the flip-flops in an instant. Instantly. Get off my channel. I won't even spoke to them. I wasted 6 years of my life. Well, I didn't waste it, but I was around people that were deceiving and lying to me and saying untruths, bearing false witness. And I know Jesus sat with the tax man and the thieves, but he didn't hang out with them. He could sit and talk to them and tell them how wrong they are, but he didn't hang out with them. He hung out with 12 good, godly men instead. That's why Jesus said you can grade a man on the company he keeps. And I think that's why God took everyone away from me. All these people that were going to say bad things and try and upset me and stop me and put hurdles and fences in the way. Even when they took a ratio, I was just like, "Fuck you." I've got eternity with Raish. That's what I knew in my heart of hearts. I've got an eternity with my son. This section, this 80 years that I've got, or whatever it is, whatever this section is of my spirit's life, it's only a small portion. I've got eternity with God, Jesus, and Raish in heaven. These people don't want you to have everlasting peace. They're quite happy to set up these fake wars all around the world. Last year it was the blue and the yellow. This year it's the blue and the white. Next year it'll be the red and the blue. Whatever it is, they just make it up. It makes me sick that all my friends and family are stupid enough to believe it and not believe someone who loves them, their own kinfolk, the best friend, try and steer them away from Satan. That's all I'm trying to do. And if the adults don't want to know, they don't want to know. But you cannot. I cannot sit by and let that happen. Like, God's not going to let it happen anyway. He'll blame you for it. You're the patriarch or the matriarch of your family. It's your decision not to accept the truth, and then you pass it on to your children. Nah, they're wrong, we're descended from monkeys. Nah, water's bendy. Look, here's a waterfall, it's bending. Utter nonsense. And it's created by these Masonic Freemasons. That's what they are. They wear these black robes. They're the ones that, these are the real killers and war makers in the world. These are the ones that own the companies that supply the chemicals, etc., make the landmines, everything. And yet they can smile, look, and mock you. You'll blame someone of a different colour rather than these heinous demons in front of you. Not the prince and the princess. Never! Yes, the prince and the princess. They're in the wrong order. That's your starting point. The teeth alone. Tiny teeth versus the lion smile. Close set coffee bean eyes versus deep set, wide set eyes. Low set ears that line up with the teeth. Walking. Kate and William. Game over. Hello, Lynn McIntyre. How you doing, darling? Or should I say, okay, Lynn, how you doing, my wee girl? Now, it's okay for Lynn to wear a kilt, because she's a girl. But when I see men wearing them, straight away, we're done, right? Straight legs, knees together, space between the big feet. Flamingo foot, full mince, shoulder tilted. Square shoulders, look. Sloping shoulders, tilted. We won't talk about the little ones, even though they're almost old enough to talk about now, by my rules. I believe there's a picture of one of these. He's got a penis in one of these shots. I can't remember where it was. I'm sure it is that one. Of course, we've all seen the penis in this moment, right? Everyone saw Kate's penis as they walked down Balmoral. It's got to be one of the most cracking BBC news edits I've ever and watched. We've seen Meghan's cock and balls swinging, also a Women's Day event, Women of the World event, hosted by a man. But this was the big one on the day. Kate strutting his stuff, marching like a man. Broken legs, look, here and here. Straight legs there, straight legs there. You'll know them by the gaits, the way they walk. In fact, if I put Kate Middleton into there, it should bring up his penis. Kate Middleton. There it is. Now, for those of you that weren't paying attention, there is Kate Middleton's cock and balls, and there it is again. They're called drag queens for a reason. Queens. Drag queens. And then yet again, I will bring you back to the fact that they don't mention the drag kings, the balding drag kings. The Adam's Apple, the Batcave. Look at that Batcave. Look at the size of that hole there. Indent in the neck. Where a doctor went in under the chin, pulled that open, scraped the way down his Adam's apple. They used to do it like this, in the middle of the neck, but now they go in under the chin so you can't see it. High up, so the chin overhangs it. The Batcave, look at it, it's huge. And there you go. Kate Middleton's penis walks like a man. If it walks like a duck, it's a duck, and that's the end of it. We don't need any more on that one. Let's go back. We'll do Meghan and Harry, and that's the royal family done, in it. We don't need to do anyone else. Meghan, Harry. Straight away, you should be able to see it in the faces. The close set eyes, the high set ears, the far apart eyes, the low set ears. Look, the earrings line up with the lips. If she put earrings in, it'd line up with her nose. Look. Who did we look at the other day who had those really high set ears? If you put glasses on it, it'd be above his eyes. Who was that? I hope I saved that picture. Right. Meghan and Harry. On the smiles alone, just like the other couple, Meghan's got the lion smile with deep set eyes. Harry's got the soft eyes and the small teeth. Look. And again, the big mouth, the little mouth, the pink lips, the red lips, the deep set far apart eyes, the close set coffee bean eyes. The wider skull, the longer skull. You can do this all day long, look. Look at that. I've had to say this a few times now. Shut up about my head. The bowling ball skull versus the Tic Tac, look. It's as simple as that. Skull checks. How am I doing this? Because I've memorised these two pictures. Just memorise those two pictures. And when you see one that's in the wrong order, you'll be like, hey, my eyes are too close together. She got pink lips, she got high ears, she got a 5 head. But this one looks like a bowling ball with really wide ass cheeks and earrings that hang at the lips. We're done, right? We are done. Skulls tell you everything. The gate, tell me, which one of these has got the shoulder tilt? Look at that bad boy. We've seen Meghan's Willie, haven't we? We have, haven't we? Dum 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 dum. Remember me? I remember you. I used to dance to you.
The phone now.
We're gonna have to go down some videos because I've been making videos again, haven't I? Right. We're going to do famous names. Don't be giving me new names. I don't want to do any second-rate presidents. I just want big names, right? When we come to your choices now. Just the big names. I'm going to fill these videos up with very famous people. Not Sophie Marceau and Tim Allen's a big name, I guess. But Tom Cruise, definitely. There's loads of names keeps going in. They're not big names. I want the big names first. So that when people come, they're not trolling through loads of other people. Where are we anyway? Oh yeah, Meghan's dick. National Women's Day.
Let's try this again. Shout out to Perfect Stopover to Ireland for finding this video straight off the news. There we go. Let's see what it says. Meghan Markle on National Women's Day.
Bullying and abuse while pregnant with her and Prince Harry's 2 children. Meghan was the keynote speaker on a panel marking International Women's Day at the South. 2 children.
Let's come back.
Meghan was the keynote speaker on a...
Did you see it that time? Okay, let's rewind the tape and see what we see. Ah, woo! Gah! What is that? What is that? That right there, mate. That is a ding, ding, dong. Any arguments? Any questions? That right there, baby, is a P-E-N-I-S. If you look at it, it even swings here. Look. Da-doing, da-doing. It's his nutsack. Meghan Markle. Thank you very much for the Nutcracker suite right there. There's another shot just at the end as he turns in again, just here. There. Hello, Mr. Penis. Ding, ding. Ooh, he's there again, look. Ding, ding, dong, dong. Ding, 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 dong. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Perfect Stop over to Ireland. That is a humdinger right there. Swinging back and forth. Ding, dong, baby. I don't even think he's got underwear on. What a clown show. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
My ding ding dong.
My ding-ding-dong.
And there you go. There's Meggles. There's Meghan Markle's cock. Ding 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 ding. Now, if you need the gates after seeing Meghan's penis, you must be a newbie. Okay, I'm telling you now. Learn the skulls, learn the gates. You don't need to see someone's penis. You already know it's there. That just confirms it, right? That just confirms it. Sometimes we know just by their voices that it's a man.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
That dog's face. Also, remember that Kathleen Turner is one of the only few women in the world that can sing this song in its original key. Why is that not? Oh, there we go.
Man River in the original.
Kathleen Turner is one of the only few females in the world that can sing Old Man River in its original key. Ready?
I'm one of 7 women who can sing Old Man River in the original key. Old Man River, that old man river. I'm one of...
One of 7 women that can sing Old Man River in the original key. You liar, Kathleen. Anyway, we was doing royals before I got sidetracked. Yeah, so there are many markers that we use to tell the difference in a male and female. But the primary marker is always going to be the gates. These are the important parts I want you to understand and follow and regulate your vision to looking at people's knees. And all of a sudden it makes sense once you see knees opening and making diamonds and the knees that don't make diamonds. You can absolutely 100% be sure with yourself that you're looking at a flip-flop. This includes all your personal friends. The amount of people that send me pictures. Will you school check this person? And I'm like, no, it's somebody you know. I've taught you how to do it. If you want to do those things, check them. I have found more than 20 now that I'm associated with, not close friends. Like Amanda. Amanda I went to school with, but she's not a close friend. I'm acquainted to her. Him. I'm acquainted to Amanda. And so will you be. I wish I'd known all the things I know now. And I'd have picked up on voices. I'd have picked up on humerus bones, hand sizes, digit ratios, teeth ratios. I'd have picked up on all these things all around me. I'd have known that Jibby was a woman just by her smile. That's why she didn't smile very often. I tried all the time to make her smile. She had tiny teeth. Like this one. She's got tiny teeth because she's got a smaller mouth and closer eyes. Right, gates on Meghan and Harry walking. And then we can put the royals to bed. Well, the English royals. I'll do other royals, Norwegian and Scandinavia or whatever. We'll do them another night. Right, let's start there. Full mints on the princess. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet on the man. They cannot help themselves. You understand? That's a nice one. There's a better one than that, though. Look at the broken leg. Look at the diamond caused in those legs and knees because the feet point outwards. Look at the feet looking forward, legs looking forward, knees looking forward. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke on all of you. Primary marker is the gate, 100%. Catch them on the stairs and you're at 1,000%. It's like 10 times as strong. The woman opens her knees wider than when she's walking. Coming down the stairs, men stay together every time. The stair fail. Absolutely beautiful. Proves to me I don't need to see anything. Someone just showed me that. I say, that's a woman, that's a man. Even if they blocked out the faces, I just instantly say, that's a woman, that's a man. Just by the way they walk. And there you go. That's the royal family. I've done 6 there, right? 6 investigations. Diana, Charles, Meghan, Harry, William, Kate, and Camilla. Oh, did we do Camilla? We didn't do Camilla. Let's put Camilla on this list real quickly. Camilla walking. Because it's a right horse face. It's an absolute horse face. And we're done. The broken leg of a woman. Look at this big dude here. Look at the size of his feet. And this one. That's not far off, but they're massive feet, they are. Huge man, look. And there's your woman with the short arms. Akimbo. Honestly, I don't know how they can laugh and smile knowing what they're doing to us all. It's disgusting. These people are vile. Vile, nasty, horrible people. They pretend that Diana dies or the Queen dies or whoever, and they mock it up. The flower shop. I bet they own all the fucking flower shops. I bet you. I bet they own all the flower shops and all the flower fields. All donations go back to them, you understand? Including your taxes. They don't even need taxes. They don't even need them. They just want to squeeze the life out of you, your happiness. Look at the state of this huge bitch in the background. There's a man. And there's a female bodyguard with pear-shaped dips, shoulder tilted, waddling like a duck. Literally waddling like a duck. Camilla's a bloke. You only need to look at his face and you should be done. Give us a face shot, Camilla. Oh, let's get rid of walking. And there you go. It's a man in drag. Where's the one where he looks like Jimmy Savile? Camilla. Jimmy Savile. I don't know who did this picture. If it comes up, let's have a look. Come on, please show me it. It's not there. Someone photoshopped Jimmy Savile's face onto Camilla next to Charles, and it looks so funny. It's not there, dang it. Camilla, Jimmy Savile. Camilla is Jimmy Savile. Oh, it's not coming up. Never mind. It was a great Photoshop as well. It made me look twice because I still thought it was Camilla, even though it was Jimmy Savile. Esther Ranson's teeth. Look, my mum used to say that my teeth look like that. They do. When I was a kid, I used to say, "Mum, why has he got big white teeth like me?" And she never answered me. You know, she never knew the answer. It's because I was looking at a man mother. Big, deep set. Look at that 5 head. Show a movie on that. Right there you go. Esther Ranson. Childline. This one formed a telephone receival group for children in danger. Imagine you're in danger from real people. You're real natural, in danger from your real family members, mum or dad, whoever it is, some drunk uncle, whatever it is, and you end up talking to one of these monsters on the other end of the phone. It saddens me greatly. It does. None of this would exist if the truth was out. None of these tampering with children would exist. It wouldn't. It'd be gone. It'd be a done-for thing. Make me Prime Minister for a day. I dare you. I fucking double dare you. Right, I'm done. Esther Ranson and her egghead wife. Look how the face is pushed down. Look how this face is spread out. Draw a triangle. Who's got the low set triangle with a big 5 head? Who's got the full face? Because there's only 2 skeletons in the world. And this is a pushed down triangle.